We're thrilled to have on the representative of the Atlanta Hawks in last night's NBA draft lottery, whose presence lit up Twitter. There's no other way to describe it. Jami Gertz here on the Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Jami?
I'm great, Rich. Thank you for having me. How are you?
I am doing fine. For all of your shocked fans out there, how did you wind up where you were last night?
How did I wind up? It's such a long story, but
Okay.
This is our fourth season. We're going into our fourth season of owning the Atlanta Hawks basketball team. My husband, Tony Ressler, and myself, along with our ownership group, Grant Hill and Sarah Blakely, we were kind of kicking the tires on the Clippers a while ago, and then that went for tons of dough. And Grant called us and said, the Atlanta Hawks are for sale. And I said, never saw myself in Atlanta, but that sounds like something that might be interesting. And it was an auction, and it kind of happened within 4 days, and we became the new ownership of the Atlanta Hawks basketball team.
Okay.
Without a lot of fanfare, so I don't think many people knew that
Correct.
about me. You know, they know me as Jami Gertz, the actress, so it wasn't a lot of, discussing basketball for the last 4 years. But last night was kind of my coming out party.
Very much so. So how did you prepare for last night's role then, Jami?
You know what? I literally just kind of... My husband said to me, you've brought me a lot of luck for the past 30 years.
Nice. Yes.
So I would like you to be the one to help pick us our lottery pick. And I was like, are you serious, honey? I can't believe that you're making me do this. But I have to say, it was tons of fun. I think ignorance is bliss. So I kind of didn't, I was the one up there who really, I knew it was important to us. Mm-hmm. And I knew what our percentage was. I think it was 13.7% chance. And so, the train left the station and you just jump on board. And I was just decided that I was going to have a good time.
Okay. So, Jami Gertz, you were saying that you knew going in that your chances were not less than zero. Is that what you're saying?
They were not less than zero. I feel my odds were a little better than that, for sure.
You do realize that there were just tons of your, your filmography and TV references being made on Twitter last night. Are you aware of that, Jami?
I have three sons, Oliver, Nick, and Theo, and they seem to be texting me that things were being said. I'm not the best social media girl, so.
Okay.
They were proud. They thought it was pretty cool. So if it made me cool in my children's eyes, I've done my job.
Well, Mom was trending last night, Jami.
All right, I love that.
Mom was trending. So there were a few spare square tweets.
References, okay.
Yeah,
there you go.
There are a few about
it's
that.
It's better on Twitter than when I'm in the restroom and someone asks me if I can spare a square.
Does that happen to you? Does that happen?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You walk in and people are like, hey, can you spare a square? I'm like, no, I do not have a square to spare.
Yes.
It has happened to me.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. So, in all, how do the Hawks as an organization feel about that third overall selection that you were able to bring home?
I think the fact that we moved up was huge. I mean, I was just looking at my husband and my son and Travis Schlenk, our GM, and they were beaming. We did a little rehearsal. They do a little rehearsal with everyone, and they said, okay, if you become the top three, then there are these marks you have to go stand on. And I'm like, oh, well, I've been doing that for 35 years. You're preaching to the choir. I know how to hit my mark. So once I knew that we were, top three, and I saw the relief in their face, I knew that I had done my job, and the real work starts now for them and figuring out the best pieces of the puzzle for the Atlanta Hawks going forward. And it's just so exciting for us. I think, we inherited a lot when you buy a team, especially when it goes so quickly. And you come in there, we were new to the city, and you have to really be delicate and listen a lot and learn a lot. And then eventually you have to make it your own. Those decisions and those choices have to become your own. And now with Travis being our new GM and with Lloyd Pierce being our new coach, who we just hired this week, we're on our way. We're putting the pieces of that puzzle together, and it's very exciting for our fans in all of Atlanta.
Well,
we have a redo of our arena. We just broke ground on our G League, and we have a brand new state-of-the-art practice facility.
So I guess I'll see it next year's Super Bowl? Is that where the next time I'll see you in a sporting event? Because that's in Atlanta. We'll see you then.
You better believe it.
Okay.
Mr. Blank is so kind to us, and it's really this small kind of community, the sports community in Atlanta, between the Braves, the Falcons, and the Hawks. So you will absolutely see me at the Super Bowl. I was in Houston when the Falcons lost, which was my first Super Bowl ever, and I openly wept at my first Super Bowl because I was so sad.
So you could say that by the end of the game, the Falcons were the Lost Boys. Is that what you're saying, Jamie?
Oh.
By the way, I'm done. By the way, I'm done.
If I had a snare drum, I would have given you a little butt-up.
Hey, Jamie, this is fun. I don't know if you saw Dana Delaney tweeted last night, too, the actress, that she saw you trending and then was relieved to see it was for good news. She's trending.
Yes,
she said
but
that
I had not
too.
been found in my hotel room with drugs and alcohol and,
And without a square to spare. Pretty much.
And without a square to spare, yes. Love that girl.
Jamie, it was great seeing you in that role last night, and obviously in that position, and for all your fans to see you with a whole new world at your fingertips. So congrats on that, and we'll chat down the line.
I look forward to it, Rich. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it, and go Hawks.
You got it. There you go.
All right.
There's Jami Gertz, everybody.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.